Well, hello. So I just did the Elgacia questline for the first time, and I have some thoughts, and I'm gonna share some of them. Yeah. So first of all, I had the other two. There's already higher item level, right? My paladin and my sorcerer, or sorceress. My bad. But they were both power passed. So this is the first one where I actually went through the questline, and I'm just gonna say it right away that I did shift G through some things. Like for example, when you run up to the next NPC and then you press the button and then the dialogue stuff comes up. I think I usually shift G through those. So like you know the first line and the last line. And then you have, a pretty good idea contextually. And also it's a bit interesting in the way that even though I did not do the quest line before this character, I did do, first of all, Triangle. I did that a bunch solo, obviously. So based on the three bosses that are in there, you have some idea about what's gonna happen. That's one thing, and also other thing is that I already did all the rapport over here. So anything that I found out through that, and obviously I know that what is happening there is obviously after the quest line, like timeline wise. Like I find out retroactively stuff. For example, I see that the TNS is there, so I can rightfully assume that TNS is gonna stay alive through the situation, even though I know that TNS is the first boss in there. So have some idea about how things are gonna pan out. Okay, with that said, I'm gonna not say not necessarily to this singular story, but just as a theme in general, that I'm not a great fan of like seeing the future or prophecies or any sort of stuff being predestined, like, oh, it was meant to be, or the chosen one, or whatever. Obviously that is a very 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 prevalent thing in here, obviously. Like, you're the arc protector and then 10 million other titles that you get called all during the entire story. Like, you are the everything is just you. Nothing would happen without you. You are the ultra omega chosen one, and we just just gotta deal with that. So thematically, I enjoy, and that is why also I enjoy the rapport quests a lot more compared to like the main line overall. Because like there you are building relations with characters and with people, and you're not this ultimate title, ultimate everything. You're just a person just doing stuff with another person. But yeah, I kind of got off track. So yeah, I don't really see that. I don't really like that all that much. And here it's very 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 hard to separate yourself from that team, considering the whole L'Oreal seeing the future, multiple, or like you could say infinite futures through the cube, through the Hall technology, which is, first of all, I think we can rightfully say that he like L'Oreal cannot stay entirely sane after going through all that, like seeing all the scenarios that you try everything and anything and nothing really works out. So that is very rough. But but also it's kind of annoying that it doesn't really matter what kind of despicable things L'Oreal commits, or it doesn't matter how many Lesenites lose their lives, especially when we go into the dungeon. As you go through, that's a lot of Lesenites that we have to go through. That's a lot of them. So I can't help but think that see the problem, right? Like you could say that, okay, that maybe like there's no way that this was the best scenario. Like that was just no other way that would lead to a favorable outcome. But that's the whole problem with this device. Like it's the same thing as the how many the whole Avengers thing, with the time stone. Is how many favorable times? One. Yeah, sure, right. One. Okay. I mean, I get it because dramatically, I get the tension and everything. Like it's very on the edge that you have only one outcome that leads to like one series of events that leads to the favorable outcome, and everything is in a very bad shape otherwise. Like every other line is bad. But here you see, like that is the problem here. Anything that happens, you can just say, oh yeah, but that was he tried everything else and nothing worked because he's seen infinite futures, infinite possibilities, and the only thing that worked is the one that we've seen. It doesn't matter how much it may or may not make sense, or how many casualties it took. So that is an issue. But at the same time, obviously, it would be unreasonable to expect, after going through all that, to expect a perfect solution. Also, there are no perfect solutions, especially here. Everything is so stacked against you, I suppose. Not me as player character, but as L'Oreal, or as like the Lesenites, because supposedly all the outcomes are very bad for the Lesenites, and also like trying to play against the gods, or trying to calculate against Regulus, and somehow getting through your plan and getting to the outcome that you would prefer, or that you want, or that you need to survive, or not survive as an individual, but survive as a collective, as like the Lesenites, without getting shut down by Regulus or anyone else. So obviously it's complicated. I just don't like the device that this was the only way, this was the only possible way, and we are just like, yeah, okay, we whatever we did, like, oh, maybe it was all predicted, probably all predicted, and so it doesn't really feel like that. Anything you really do is all that important, or your decisions all that important, if everything was pre-calculated. So yeah, that's something that's annoying to me, at least, like this theme. But yeah, it was, I guess it all worked out, except for the the listeners that died. But I guess it worked out for everyone else, and this was the only way. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like everything that you do is already drawn out before you, and but that goes to the bigger team as well, right? Like the professor, like, oh, you're gonna be the one who's gonna collect all the arcs and all the nothing would work without you. But I guess it's not. It's also through the others. Like there is obviously a benefit to the team. Like good things come out. Like obviously it's not true just to you, because we see that like one of the obviously we don't know right away like which one is missing, right? But so like even when we realize, oh, there is only 6 sidereals, so and things are already going terribly, so I guess in a way everyone is necessary. But at the same time, at the end we're like, okay, yeah, Caden is the one who's doing a bunch of stuff, grunting and saying, oh, just trust me, bro, just trust me. It's fine. I'm working with Carmine. It's fine. It's gonna work out. You'll know everything soon. Trust me, bro. Yeah. To be fair, like, you're inclined to trust Caden because Caden's kind of strong, kind of a badass. So there is reason to trust Caden for sure. It's just funny. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't really feel like you have any agency at all. Which I mean, like it's a storyline you go through it. There isn't really any need for agency necessarily. I don't know. You're just the one that is pointing at things like, yep, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it. Like no second guessing, no second thoughts. Which I mean, that's what the hero does here, I suppose. So makes sense. There is no fuffing about. So yeah. And then obviously we had a huge lore stuff in there. I very much appreciated the recap. I'm gonna like jump all over the place, I guess. But I really appreciated the recap of things and us collecting the arcs and the stuff that we went through. It's nice because then it comes up as like my own memory of doing the quests like years ago, or collecting the arcs. It kind of stuff. It's kind of intimidating that suddenly you have to justify your existence or prove your reason to exist. Or I guess you have to defend yourself so that you are allowed to continue to exist to a huge dragon. Like Vergris is massive. It's so funny, like you see the little guardians that we've been, bashing our heads against through the tears. So yeah, it was neat. Like when I came back, and you see the guardians, right? And I don't think that was like that originally, right? I guess as the lore came along and as we found out things, that's when it like changed with the guardians, right? Because Vergris is test. And the purification, so like all the stuff that we did there, that was just a test. Like they are actually just chilling with us now. It was so funny how tiny they were compared to the Vergris. That was cute. Yeah. So I guess the Vergris doesn't even matter the size difference. Like we are small compared to Vergris, and the Guardians are also small. So that was pretty cute. And like, yeah, these are the actual opponents. So that was nice. The recap, flashback, something. This would have been ideal if I go through it with the main character or my or OG or the one that is like the leading man in the roster. But it's fine. And obviously visually it was all the cutscenes towards the end, they were very, very nice. Or like the part when L'Oreal is fighting Caden and Carmine, as you run up the stairs and it's just, like here and there like, showing up. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I guess Everything worked out as planned for L'Oreal. Like, that's kind of the little bit annoying part. That everything just happens around us. Everyone is planning everything. Everyone has as Carmine says as well, plans within plans. And we are just like, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do. I'm just point me somewhere. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. So I don't know. It's a bit lame sometimes, but at the same time, this is like it works if you let yourself get led through the quest line. And I wanted to do, it's like the main reason I wanted to finish this today is that I wanted to maybe get into Paradise this week, but then I realized that that will not happen because, as you can see, I still have the weapon that I did not make the ancient and transferred it. So like if I have that as well, and I can go to 1580 with silver honing. But now, as you can see, these are all like up to 19, right? So we are the 1580. But the blade is like, I would have to hone this one with gold. And obviously one, I don't have much gold anymore because I pushed the other character as well. I pushed Zerk a little bit. Like 1490. So like I'm missing out on it. So like that's just not gonna happen because I only have like 30 something, and I will need the next week so I can get enough intentions, the brass met, so I can make the weapon, and then I can go to the other stuff. But there's still Plachia in the meantime. So there's that. I just wanted to see because I need like 1580 is what I need, right, for Curzan, and then a blazing flames of war, and to access Paradise or something. At least I don't know, maybe it's higher. So yeah, I guess that's not happening this week, which is why I realized that I need to push the Zerk a little bit, so I can do Brashaza, so I don't find myself in this position again on the other character. So yeah, here we are. That is what I did today, I suppose. And so yeah, 1685 here. That's like 1600. This is 1565. I only need the weapon, and I push this up to 1490, so it can do Brashaza. And these two are not, as you can see, it's just not doing anything. I just don't see how I'm ever gonna get those to a point where it doesn't feel absolutely awful. So yeah, chances are I'm gonna get rid of one of these for sure, at least one, for like next event or something. But obviously, if I find myself in a position where I like really have nothing to do on these four, then I might. And there's no express event or a power pass or anything inside, and I might do something with these. But at the moment, I have the Paladin, I have the Sork, I have the Shadow thingy, Hunter, and Berserker. And obviously the paladin is should be support mainly. That you know, not I didn't buy any ancient gear that would be DPS because for solo it's plenty, and for group play I don't think I'm really pushing for the DPS paladin angle. And this one's reflux for the most part, but at the moment it still doesn't have enough points so that I can actually get to the I guess the main reason of the main benefit of the reflux, which would be using the blink and then keeping up the damage buff. But I don't have enough points to go that far yet, so far I don't have to use blink. Although I should start using blink and getting used to the animation cancelling and keeping up the buff. And obviously this one you can probably figure it out. It's just Demonic Impulse. Get identity up, pop it, and just press all the buttons. Is what's going on this one. And then the Zerk is obviously at the moment mayhem, but at 1490 there's nothing really locked in just yet. And also, again, not really enough points to play around. Like that's kind of like the odd struggle, quote unquote, is that you need to honestly, isn't it like 1680 where you can actually get all the points, or like almost all the points, and then you can actually play the game and get your entire tree up, for the most part anyway. So like here again, I can't even tell if I'm actually gonna like any sort of scrapper or glavier, because I didn't obviously like up until it's like still silver, then it's kind of easy to push, because I guess the only real cost is the fusion materials, which is where I spent some gold. So yeah, it would have been nice to get it, because it feels like every week that you're not getting it to paradise, it's a pretty big loss. Because like once you actually get it, then you can chill, and then you can just wait. Like for example, I only have one, right? I only have one where I can do that. Because obviously main is not really chilling anyway. Like this is the it's a sad state of affairs that this is the only art that actually has access to paradise. And also obviously it has higher score than my main. But none of them are high enough to actually do the big stuff. I've heard that like the top, there's like top rank gameplay is just you're just hunting for crits, and just like hoping that it crits, and then hoping like one tapping the thing as soon as possible. And I'm like, I'm happy that I just killed the boss in in the allotted time. Like I'm not I'm not near to getting any sort of top position or anything. Like a 36 is kinda misleading. I'm not really sure about it, but at the most it would be what? It would be top, top 30%, which I guess it might make sense to try at least, right? Like if it's final rewards and then I get 20 gold instead of 20,000 instead of 10,000, makes sense. But like these, like all these up here, like no, I have nothing to do with those. I don't think I ever will. No idea. 2 million, and I have what? I have not even 6 million. But yeah, these are the and stuff. Yeah, I just like getting those getting the resonance to those all like multiple double S on every. It's just hard. It's just so far. It's just so much, and I don't know. Like supposedly it's like what you need to. You wanna like push real hard. Like you have to either get really lucky, I guess, or you have to be really, I don't know, really pushing and funneling a bunch of extra tickets, like expensive, right? The Elysian attempt +1, but I don't know. It's like now, rather just play the character and I just exchange it when I have enough for a 1 bound and that's it. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing else is going into paradise, sadly. They might not even get there before the end. I'm not even sure when the season ends, but it's relatively soon, right? Anyways, that's that's the situation. Gold went down a lot, but that's fine. And like I said, on here I still have another set of quests, and then the next one is, I think, that one is the 1580, or maybe the, I don't even know if like the south and north is like separate. I guess south is separate, maybe. Maybe south has like a lower entry and I can do south, and then for North Curzon is where I need the 1580. I'm not sure. Like I said again, these two got both power passed over, over stuff like 1585, both of them. So I don't really know what's going on. Like this will be the one that will actually have to go through everything for the first time. All right, I've yapped enough, but yeah, I guess it was pretty nice, especially like obviously the tail end of it with the cutscenes and lore stuff and the recap flashback thingy, and also getting to see the huge dragon. That was very nice. But generally speaking, I had my issues, like I said at the beginning, with the whole theme of seeing all the possibilities. Like this, the one that we got to experience is the one where it worked out, and anything that happened now is just how it had to be, or how it was the only way. So yeah, that part was a bit eh. But even there were interesting things, especially like when we got the L'Oreal POE. So you can be, so that was like that definitely, you could definitely see like, okay, L'Oreal tried this, they tried this and that and that, and everything just got worse and worse. So yeah, must have been rough. Must have been rough. And as for Prunia, honestly, wherever I could, I shift G'd over, but even then, it was, I don't really see any upside or redeeming. I don't know. I'm just glad it was over, in a way. So yeah. Okay, I've yapped enough again. All right, bye bye.